بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين وقاتل المشركين وعليا ولي الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين وعليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم اجعل قلبي بورا وعملي سورا وعيشي كورا ورزقي دورا وأولادي أبرارا واجعلني عند كبر نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم مستقرا وقرارا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. صلوات.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. الحمد لله الذي زين قلوب أوليائه بأنوار الوفاق، وسقى أسرار أحبائه شرابا لذيذ المذاق، وألزم قلوب الخائفين الوجل والإشفاق. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. إله عز من اعتز به فلا يضام، وذل من تكبر عن أمره ولقي الآثام. ثم أفضل الصلاة وأزكى السلام على حبيبه سيد الخلائق أجمعين، سيدنا ومولانا أبا القاسم المصطفى محمد، وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. أوصي نفسي وإياكم بتقوى الله فهي خير زاد. قال عبد الله بن فضيل الهاشمي: قال الإمام جعفر بن محمد الصادق عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام: لا بد من غيبة لصاحب الأمر بشكل يقع معها الناس في الشك. فقلت: لماذا؟ قال: لست مأذونا ببيان السبب. فقلت: وما الحكمة فيها؟ فقال: نفس الحكمة الموجودة في غيبة الحجج السابقين موجودة في غيبته، لكن حكمته لا تظهر إلا بعد ظهوره، كما أن حكمة إغراق السفينة وقتل الغلام وإصلاح الجدار على يد الخضر عليه السلام لم تتضح لموسى عليه السلام إلا عندما فارق الخضر. يا ابن فضيل، إن أمر الغيبة سر من أسرار الله وغيب من الغيوب الإلهية، ولأننا نعتقد بأن الله حكيم، فعلينا أن نعترف بأن أفعاله تصدر عن حكمة وإن كانت خافية علينا. This hadith is it's narrated from one of the companions of Imam As-Sadiq alayhi afdal as-salati was-salam, our sixth Imam, in relation to the ghaiba, the occultation of Imam al-Hujjah alayhi afdal as-salati was-salam. And in this hadith, the Imam is saying to Abdullah bin Fudayl al-Hashimi that there is a secret in the occultation of this Imam that we are waiting today for his coming. There is a secret. And that secret, he asked the Imam, what is the secret? Tell us, reveal to us of what this secret has of meaning. The Imam said, I can't. This is a secret that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not revealed to the people. But what you see in life, the Imam said, this occultation will bring out the faithful ones and the doubters. The ones that have doubt and the ones that have faith. And then Imam here gives a beautiful example. The Imam says, it's same as for Musa ibn Imran and Khidr. Musa alayhi salam, a prophet of God, an elite prophet, one of the Anbiya of Ulul Azm. We recite in the Holy Book in Quran al-Kareem, when he accompanied who? Khidr alayhi salam. Khidr said to him, you can't be with me. He said, why? He said, because you're going to be asking questions from me. And I don't want that to happen. So don't ask any questions. For whatever I do, don't ask any questions. Musa ibn Imran, Kalimullah, one of the elites, he accompanies Khidr, and one thing happens after the other. First thing first, they ride a ship, and suddenly Musa sees Khidr breaking down the ship with the axe. Here he says to him, why are you doing that? This ship belongs to some, poor fishermen, and that's the only way for them to make a living. He said to him, then I say to you not to ask me questions. He said, okay, no more questions. I'm going to be quiet after this. This is what Imam al-Sadiq is saying to Abdullah. He's saying it's the same as Musa and Khidr. Even though Musa is an elite prophet, he didn't know of the secret of breaking down the ship. And then after that, Musa ibn Imran is accompanying who? Khidr. He sees that Khidr alayhi salam, he attacks and kills a young lad. And he says to him, why did you kill an innocent man? This is right. This is in the Quran al-Kareem, revealed in the Quran al-Kareem. قتلت نفسا. Why? He said to him, next time you ask me a question, you go your way and I go my way. And that's what Musa also said. I ask you a question next time, هذا فراق بيني وبينك. That's it. You go your way, I go my way. They came to a wall. The wall is about to collapse. They went to the nearby village from some hospitality, something for them to give out. They kicked them out. They saw this wall falling down. Khidr, suddenly he started to build up this wall. Musa said to him, don't you want to take some reward from these people, from the village, for what you have done to this wall? He said to him, that's it. هذا فراق بيني وبينك. You go your way and I go my way. Secrets Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives to some the meaning of them, to some Allah doesn't give. And he says to him, reveals to him, that for the ship I broke it down because there was a pirate roaming around. And whenever he sees a ship that it has a safe crew, a healthy crew, and the ship itself is healthy and untouched, he seizes these ships. So I broke it down. The pirate came by, this king that he mentions, this is a king, a zalim king, that we call him a pirate these days. He came by and he saw, no, this ship is about to collapse, it's about to drown, and he left them. But later on, they had the chance to fix it, and they went their own way. For the young man, he has parents, and he is going to be a reason for them to go astray. So I killed him for him to go to paradise, and for the parents to have a chance. And for the wall, this land that the wall stands on belongs to two orphans. And these two orphans, their father has left for them a treasure right next to the wall. If this wall falls down, the people of the village that are not good people, they will come and they will dig it up and they will take it for themselves. You go your way and I go my way. That's what Imam al-Sadiq is saying to that Sahabi. He's saying to the companion. Same as the secrets that is not revealed to Musa ibn Imran, an elite prophet of God. Ulul Azm. Ulul Azm. It's same for you and I in this time of occultation, that we see many things coming to our way, fitan, of Akhir al-Zaman. They said, why they call it the fitan of Akhir al-Zaman? Akhir al-Zaman means the end of time. The Imam revealed, he said, because this time is when Shaitan, he kicks around, he plays all his tricks. All his tricks. I don't know if you've seen it, when they want to sacrifice an animal, a sheep, what do? They drag it. It doesn't come willingly, does it? It kicks until the last moment, kicks until they sever the heads. Same for the Shaitan, because he knows his time is about to be up, and he kicks around and he does all of fitan. So the Imam says this is the time that this will happen. I don't want to take in much of your time. And then the Imam said, so what you should do is that you have to know of your obligations, your responsibilities. Am I responsible? Yes. Are you responsible? Yes. I give you one responsibility and I give the other two in the second lecture, so we wrap it up inshallah very quick. One of the responsibilities that we have toward our Imam, because the Imam himself, and that's very hard for some to understand this, the Imam himself, he knows of his own responsibilities. You don't have to come and lecture the Imam. We don't have to do that. And we don't have that status to lecture the Imam as some people do. They lecture the Maraji', the ulama, and even it comes to the Imam, they lecture the Imam. And they say, where is he? Doesn't he see the tyranny that's coming to me? That we are living in this oppressed world? So Imam knows of his responsibility. Imam knows what he has to do. And the time when is near for him to come, the Imam is ordered when to come. And that's not in his command, not is in his hand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the command of that. So one of the responsibilities is the wadhifa of knowing the Imam, the responsibility of knowing the Imam. That's very important. And I can't express how much important this is. This is the foundation of our belief, for us to know the Imam. Not just knowing the Imam, the basic biography of the Imam that some people think is just the basic biography. Because even with that, some lack it. And tell me if it is not true. If you ask some of the youngsters today, if you ask them about a football player, they know the ins and outs of that football player, his stories and his scores and his games. But if you ask them about the Imam of our time, unfortunately they lack the information. Knowing the Imam is very important, to the point I know the Imam and I obey the Imam. Not just knowing the Imam, the ma'rif that we call it in Arabic, ma'rifa sathiyya, like the Kufans had. The Kufans, they knew the Imam. You know, they know the Imam? They knew the Imam. But they came and they fought the Imam, Imam Abu Abdullah al-Husayn. They raised their army and they killed the Imam. They knew the Imam more than me and you, Imam al-Husayn salamullah alayhi. They were in the time of the Khilaf of Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. Yet they raised their swords. I have to know the Imam, build on that, obey the Imam. See what the Imam is asking me, and that's in the dua that we recite, Allahumma arifni nafsak fa innaka in lam tu'arrifni nafsak lam a'rif nabiyyak. Allahumma arifni rasulak fa innaka in lam tu'arrifni rasulak lam a'rif hujjatak. Allahumma arifni hujjatak fa innaka in lam tu'arrifni hujjatak dhalaltu an dini. If I don't know my Imam, I go astray. And you don't know how bad it is outside. It's so bad now. And if you don't realize it today, I don't know where you're living. But if you open your eyes and you look around, it's really bad what's going outside of unfortunately, the fitan, the problems that we have. And just imagine, this is for us, our generation. What happens for the younger generation, say in 10, 20 years' time? What's going to happen for them? this is going to become worse. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says the best of you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches the Quran, because this has to go beyond you. You have to give it to the other people. This is zakatul ilmi nashruh, that you give it to other people. That's why it's very important for a person to have a school, to have an institution to teach these youngsters. 10 years time, 20 years time, 30 years time. Just sit down and think for a minute, what kind of a life this young generation is going to want to live. And after that generation, what kind of life their sons and their grandsons is going to live. This is the first lecture. For this first lecture, Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala. The second most important responsibility when it comes to the Imam alayhi afdalus salati wassalam is al-thabatu ala wilayatih, meaning I stay firm with my religion, steadfastness. Because many people, they started great, beautiful, but when it came to the end, they went downhill. And I can give you many examples. For example, Zubayr ibn Awam. I don't know if you heard of Zubayr. Zubayr, he was one of the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was sitting in the mosque. It was Zubayr, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Rasulullah, and other companions. The Prophet, he started hitting the shoulder of Zubayr. He said to Zubayr, "Oh Zubayr, do you love this man?" Pointing at Imam Ali. He said, "Yes, I love him like I love my brother, and even more." He said, "You know, Zubayr, one day you will raise an army fighting him." He said, Me, ya Rasulullah?" He said, "Yes, you." Same Zubayr, he was in the house of Lady Fatima al-Zahra salamullahi alayha in the time of the attack. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. In the time of the attack, he was in the house. In the time of Tashyi' al-Janaza, in the time of the funeral, he was one of those people that accompanied Amir al-Mu'mineen. Ya Ali tfunni laylan la nahara sirran la jihara حينما هدأت العيون. Oh Ali, don't bury me in the daytime, bury me in the dead of night, and let it be in secret. And I don't want anyone coming to my funeral from those people that oppressed me. No one came from Medina. Medina had many people, thousands, only few, handful. One of them was Zubayr. But days passed. 10 years, 20 years, 25 years passed. Amir al-Mu'mineen came into Khilafah. Suddenly, Zubayr and Talha, they raised the army. Imam Ali said to him, when the two armies met, he said to him, "Zubayr, don't you remember what the Prophet said to you when you were sitting in Medina in the mosque?" He realized it. He said, "What? Yes, really? I'm really in grave danger of going astray." Going astray, you already have gone astray. You have brought thousands of people, Muslims, to fight against the Imam, salamullahi alayhi. And he was about to leave the army, his son came, Abdullah. "Are you a coward?" Until he was killed next to the river and his head was brought down to the Imam. Just imagine a person starting great by ending up like this. And we have other examples in history. Ali ibn Abi Hamza al-Batani, one of the companions of Imam Musa ibn Ja'far al-Kadhim, he waged war against Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida because of 300 kilos of gold, denying the imamate of Imam al-Rida alayhi afdalus salati wassalam. He was a wakil, a deputy, not for a marja'. not for a marja', for an imam, yet he went downhill. So, thabat ala al-wilayah. Imam al-Baqir alayhi afdalus salati was salam says that الثبات على ولاية أمير المؤمنين في زمان الغيبة, the reward for that, if you stay on that path, is the reward of 1,000 martyrs of Badr and Hunayn. That's what Imam al-Baqir alayhi afdalus salati was salam is saying. And the hadith, of course, goes on, and inshallah next week we continue with that. من ثبت على ولايتنا في غيبة قائمنا أعطاه الله عز وجل أجر ألف شهيد من شهداء بدر وحنين. So just think of that. Every day you get out from your house and you have to hold on to that religion, because we have a hadith, and I conclude with that. We have a hadith that says people in the end of time, before the reappearance of Imam alayhi afdalus salati was salam, they come out of their houses mu'mineen, and they go back into their houses kuffar, and vice versa. What happens during that daytime? The fitan they see, the masa'ib they see, the oppression they see. Just imagine, comes out mu'min, comes in kafir, and vice versa. So this is dire. You have to understand the magnitude of this, how it's bad it's going to get, and we're getting to there. So the second one, الثبات على ولايتنا, staying firm on this religion. Because at first we said knowing the Imam. You have to know the Imam first. Read the books about the Imam, Bihar al-Anwar, Yawm al-Khalas, Asr al-Dhuhur, and most of them are, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, translated into English. There you can purchase them, or you can download them online, or listen to the people that are truly knowledgeable in this. Not the ones, unfortunately, today, because today everyone can hold a microphone. Everyone can put the amama on. I can go right now to Kabra Mata and buy black amama and put it on. And unfortunately, this is the reality today, isn't it? Some people, they don't have the right to have the microphone. They don't have the right to speak, but they have. Unfortunately, in some centers, they give them the right. Get up and read for us. As if this is, I don't want to say many things that many people might get upset, but this is not right to be given to everyone. Not right. There has to be guidelines. Now, do you allow me to go to the sound room and play around with the system? You told me, say, this is not your job. There's a person here responsible for it. Yes? Same for the lectures, same for the books. We have to go after people that have the knowledge. And if we don't do that, tomorrow you see us going back and forth, and we fall into the pit, and we don't want to do that. And inshallah, that doesn't happen, inshallah. And this is what is recited by the Prophet. He said, in the end of time, recite Dua al-Ghariq. Dua al-Ghariq. Meaning the dua of the ones that is drowning, the individual who is drowning. What does he want? He wants someone to help him, to help him. He wants rescue. Not for someone to stand and watch. No, he wants rescue. Imam Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq said, the Prophet recited this hadith. In this hadith was this dua, this supplication. And he said, recite this dua anytime you can. Day, night, during salah, after salah, whenever you came. And it's very easy dua. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Thabbit qalbi ala dinik. That means keep my heart, my soul on this path. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the tawfiq to become one of the companions of the Imam عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام صلى على محمد وآل محمد